Check, check. Check test, check again. Checking it, check it twice. Now, no, 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 checking levels. Good. Looks like we're live and direct. So, like what I was saying. Like what I was saying before my uncle came. Basic, basic. Try to overcome the enemy by wisdom, by force. Ones who believe that a military struggle was not only competition between military forces, comprehensive conflict, embracing politics, economics, military force, and diplomacy. The attitude of Sun Tzu toward war is one of prudence, earnest seriousness. He said, war is a matter of vital importance. Road either to survival or ruin. Imperative studied. Hear that dog? Stay out. Here we go. Five fundamental factors of war. Say it 5 times with me. Sun Tzu said, one should appraise 5 fundamental factors. Make comparisons of various of antagonistic sides in order to assess the outcome. First of the fundamental factors is politics. Second, weather. Third, terrain. Fourth, commander. Fifth, doctrine. Think about it. I was in the military. They had us read. I know about stuff like that. They want you to know it. In summary, Sun Tzu believed that one has to deliberate on the basic conditions which decide a war. Among them, 5 fundamental factors. Upra, 7 elements. Infra are the primary one. In terms of politics, he meant that the sovereign should use political pressure or any other means to bring the people into harmony with him. As for weather, referred to the action of natural force effects of the day and night, rain and fair weather, cold and heat, time of day and season. Make full use of favorable conditions and avoid any negative factors. By terrain, he meant distance, whether the ground is traversed with ease or difficulty, whether it is suitable for offensive or defensive tactics, and whether it is fit for the deployment of troops. As for the commander, he specified the general's qualities of wisdom, charity, benevolence, courage, tenacity, strictness. By doctrine, he meant the discipline and organization of the troops, the assignment and appropriation of ranks to officers and their respective duties, regulations, and management of logistics. These are the fundamental factors Sun Tzu believed to be imperative for analyzing and judging victory or defeat. And analyze these factors and to answer the following question. Know there's 7 elements. Which of the two sovereigns is sagacious? I'm going to attempt at sagacious. Which of the two commanders is wiser and more able? Armies has the advantages of nature and terrain. Which side is discipline more rigorously enforced? Which of the two armies is stronger? Side has the better trained officer? Which side administers rewards and punishment more enlightened manner? Making a comprehensive analysis, one will be able to forecast which of the two sides will be victorious. Of course, from the point of view of a modern war, obvious, commendable, however, cover these fundamental factors over 2,000 years. During China's war against Japan, Comrade Mao Zedong, very essay, Protracted War, analyzed the various factors of politics, economic, military affairs, diplomacy, geography, came to the conclusion that China would eventually be. He proved him to be right. China's enemy in a future war, aggression different from Japanese. Chinese will also be. Sun Tzu's ways of analyzing a war practical, significant for China's strategies. Pointed out two battles as the enemy was fighting after carefully operation stated Sun Tzu's other states will take advantage of the act, have wise counselors, though we have heard of it, not yet operation. Not in the same chapter, those adept in fire us, conscript, very quick, eye on the enemy for our, by our quick decisions and preemptive part in a battle, determined by the economic factors prevalent time of war. Time state was smaller than a province is. Population was limited, able to pain. Up kids, dog and drive me crazy. Dog, died, I guess. Let's go sit down. Rights and all. Marshall Lu Bao Chang's taboos of function that one had to take following 5 taboo decisions. Do not fight a war if the country is not powerful enough, including manpower and financial military strength. Loaded. Not fight a war if the situation is unfavorable. Attitude. Fight a war. Not fight a war. Board. Not fight a war. Fight on. Attitude. 5 conditions. They are not all required before a war is fought, or are they of equal importance. First and the fifth conditions are more important than the others. Obviously, the victim of aggression should not be bound by those 5 taboos when it fights against the aggressor. What is also obvious is that China should pay adequate attention to its defenses when it emphasizes economic construction while the international situation is still in turbulence. Factors about war, kids. Where are we at? Martial law also cited a number of examples to explain the 5 taboos. It was stupid of General Tojo of Japan to enlist the Pacific War in 1941. While he was unable to pull one of his legs from the mine of China, he put the other leg in the Southeast Asia. That's fighting on 2 fronts against China and the United States. 2 big powers on the one hand, Southeast Asian countries on the other. Collinwood was wiser. He had tried the best to come to terms with Japan while fighting against Nazi Germany. Meeting personally with the Japanese ambassador, he repeatedly expressed his wish to keep friendly relations with Japan and abide by the Mutual Non-Aggression Treaty between the Soviet Union and Japan. He declared war on Japan only when Germany had been defeated. Then had been quite in a few cases in which an army was defeated while fighting against more than one enemy. Hitler and Napoleon is named Hitler and Napoleon, they too are a country's own fundamental posture that it make an alliance, conclude a treaty, sign an agreement or convention with other countries after after a should be abided by within a period of validity. Otherwise, country or leader will lose credibility in the world. Hitler was a man of such perfidiousness, art of war, Chinese. About diplomacy. Bit about that. And I'm going to switch up another book on you real quick. Sun Tzu attached great importance to diplomacy, used to make alliances in order to fight against a common enemy kingdom. Kingdom at the time, situated at at the present who's how in and a powerful present Hui and a province. They had joined one another and had repeated border conflict. Sun Tzu was eager to ally with in key QI right, kingdoms in north in order to alleviate pressure from concentrated forces on fighting against the policy of disrupting an enemy's alliance in Sun Tzu's Art of War is a strategy of practical. This means to secure an advantageous posture strategically through diplomacy. Also, the idea of defeating any by following these three examples, suffice to elaborate. Collins Act 2. Soviet Union tried its best to sign an agreement of mutual Britain and France. The British and French rulers time attempt Germany to. As a result, several talks between powers efforts Stalin could thereby gave time. Now Zito as tactic guys and then planted them out, got them. Pretty good. Hold on. We'll switch it up. Feels it. This one's called The Nervous Father. Daddy, where did I come from? Well, Tommy, well, fly, fly out of the garbage can. Garbage man throws you garbage can. Tommy goes out and get pick you cream puff cherry puppy face and the North Star one magic around the berry tree. Well, clock radio. Oh, all the nerds called dogs in my nose. When I woke up that morning, take me long to realize there were dogs in my ear, their muffled barks, playful vibration. Act quite all, but in this case, because they got in there without my permission, I decided to expel them and coaxing them out with a piece of hamburger. Dogs popped out and landed on the floppy ear, pounded off. I was mute at the prospect of other worried, tiny dogs. Poet Rivers of the Dead. This is Steve Martin. Found it. Burger King. The Rivers of the Dead is not what you think, but a book laying unopened for 70 years. Printers and binders of the Rivers of the Dead, faintly remembered through records of transaction, brought it to the aid to print the pages on paper like vellum, a fin to the touch of a acted as though these were important. Title was bold. Front piece indicated 7 copies were unsold but given away. Author listed as language of the book was odd and peculiar. His work unfamiliar. Book was read slowly, care, and on occasion the words were rhapsodic and luxurious. Seemed to be an elevation, thought, quite unlike anything ever written. Seldom were commas and no quotation. And the readers of the book were profounded and shaken as flirted their walk and started in the last chapter puzzle. Book was clear till that chapter seemed to be seemed to be stumbling or a passage written with extreme eloquence. Now, trying to decipher meaning, last section called how about this? It's just titled November 1st. So far away you stand that I wonder to tell you by yelling, less poetic, my dear. And I am perhaps that, can suppose, or perhaps another. Well, imagine possibility of again assume, or then that which can be no sooner than he did I. Well, go on. Have, by the way, others poked out. Day the Buffalo Dance. Kings and Queen had heard of the legend of the dancing buffalo by South Dakota. This story had traveled by word of mouth throughout the world, and today people who were interested in that sort of were arriving by the hundreds. Among them could be counted authors, critics, painters, rich industrialists, and the usual supply of uniformed gawkers probably couldn't appreciate something such as this. The event was taking place on grass covered farmland nestled in a rolling valley in South Dakota. Of the valley floor was a hand cranked Victrola. Spectators ringed the hills that surrounded the field. Farmer walked disinterestedly to the Victrola. So he were about to do something he'd done 1,000 times before, cranked up the music box and sat down. Kind of banjo sound emerged from the box, audible at first. Everyone patient at first, slowly valley. Then Buffalo raised his head toward the part of the Victrola at a few canyons, eyed each other, getting some cut. One buffalo then walked casually but deliberately toward the music. Others hesitated, then followed, struggling, but then pace. As the music built, the buffalo appeared to be listening intently, and as the song began to crescendo with the banjos and trombones, becoming irresistibly exciting, one buffalo began to sway, at first almost imperceptibly. Then the others joined in. Their movement became more and more obvious. Suddenly, one buffalo, as though as some sort of mystic celebration, rose up on his hind legs, moving them in a manner reminiscent of an old soft shoe dancer, his front legs pointing daintily in various directions. Then the other buffalo began rising up, dancing around like Valvians in an incredible climax of sound and motion. Music ended, buffalo ceased their delirious dance, some glancing at the music box as they returned to their grazing in a nearby corner of the field. That's all for now, children. Here. See you later.